What if I told you that everything you know about spirituality is a lie? From the moment we first become aware of ourselves as individuals, we start searching for purpose, searching for truth, searching for something that makes this life feel complete. And so, many of us turn to spirituality. We seek answers in meditation, in yoga, in religion, in sacred texts, or through gurus and teachers who promise us enlightenment. But what if I told you that this entire search, this entire journey you've embarked on, is built on a fundamental misconception? What if the very thing you're seeking cannot be found because it was never lost? Look around at the spiritual landscape today. What do you see? Bookshelves lined with bestsellers promising the secret to life. Meditation apps designed to calm your mind in 10 minutes or less. Yoga classes that cost hundreds of dollars a month, led by influencers who promise awakening and bliss. Even spiritual retreats that offer packages like vacations, complete with Instagram-worthy sunsets and guided workshops on how to become your highest self. Spirituality has become a product. It's been neatly packaged, marketed, and sold to us as something we can buy, something we can acquire. If only we have the right tools, the right teacher, the right mindset. But there's a problem with all of this. It's rooted in the idea that you're lacking something, that you're incomplete, that you need to become more than what you are. And that is a lie. Alan Watts, one of the most radical philosophers of the 20th century, dedicated his life to exposing this very illusion. He saw through the spiritual marketplace long before it became the billion-dollar industry it is today. Watts understood the paradox at the heart of spirituality, that the more we seek it, the further we get from it. He famously said, "You're still seeking what you want. You're still seeking what will make you happy, but it's like trying to bite your own teeth. The more you chase, the more elusive it becomes." What Watts was pointing to is the fundamental truth that lies at the heart of this video. You cannot seek what you already are. The very act of seeking spirituality or enlightenment creates the illusion that you are separate from it. But here's the thing, you were never separate from it to begin with. Think about the last time you sat down to meditate. Maybe you felt peaceful. Maybe you felt frustrated. Maybe your thoughts kept racing, or maybe you had moments where everything felt perfectly still. But why did you sit down in the first place? What were you hoping to achieve? If we're honest with ourselves, many of us approach spirituality from a place of ego. We want to be more peaceful, more wise, more enlightened. We want to feel better. We want to escape suffering. We want to become something greater than we are right now. But do you see what's happening here? The very act of seeking spiritual growth is often driven by the ego, the same ego that spirituality claims to transcend. It's a paradox. The more you strive to become enlightened, the more you feed the illusion of a separate self that needs to be enlightened. And this is why the search for enlightenment can feel so frustrating, so elusive. It's like chasing your own shadow. The greatest lie we've been told is that we are separate from each other, separate from the universe, separate from the divine. And because we believe this lie, we spend our lives trying to bridge that separation. We seek unity, oneness, enlightenment, as if it's something we need to find outside of ourselves. But Alan Watts reminded us again and again that separation is the grand illusion. In truth, we are not separate from the universe. We are the universe. We are not separate from the divine. We are the divine experiencing itself. Imagine this. A wave in the ocean is not separate from the ocean. It is the ocean manifesting itself in a different form. In the same way, you are not separate from life itself. You are life experiencing itself in this unique form called you. And when you understand this, the whole concept of seeking enlightenment begins to dissolve. Alan Watts often spoke about the futility of striving for spiritual goals. He compared it to trying to get wet by jumping into water or trying to taste your own tongue. The whole point of Zen, he said, is to let go. to stop trying to grasp it, because the harder you try, the further it gets away. And this is the paradox that most of us face on the spiritual path. We've been conditioned to believe that we must strive, that we must become something greater than we are. But true spirituality isn't about adding something to yourself. It's about realizing that nothing was ever missing. So, what does this mean? It means that everything you're seeking, all the peace, all the wisdom, all the enlightenment, it's already within you. But as long as you keep striving for it, as long as you keep trying to get there, you're missing the point. You're feeding the very illusion that keeps you trapped. What if spirituality isn't about achieving something, but about realizing that there's nothing to achieve? What if the quest for awakening isn't about moving upwards, but about sinking deeper into the present moment? You see, we've been taught to think of spirituality as a journey, a path we must walk to reach some higher state of being. But the irony is, the more we seek, the more we forget that we were always it. We are not human beings on a spiritual journey. We are spiritual beings on a human journey. This is the crux of Watt's teachings, and the crux of what I'm trying to tell you today. The journey doesn't lead you to enlightenment. The journey is enlightenment. You've been it all along. So where does this leave us? If the entire spiritual marketplace is built on the illusion of separation, and if striving for enlightenment only perpetuates that illusion, what are we supposed to do? Do we just give up? No. But we must radically shift our understanding of what spirituality truly is. It's not about fixing yourself. It's not about becoming better or more enlightened. It's about realizing that the idea of a separate self who needs fixing is the illusion. Once you see that, once you really see it, everything changes. You stop grasping. You stop striving. You stop searching for something out there. And you begin to rest in the awareness that you are already whole. One of the most beautiful things Alan Watts ever said was this: the meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet, everybody rushes around in a great panic, as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Let that sink in for a moment. The meaning of life is just to be alive, not to achieve something, not to transcend something, but so, what if everything you know about spirituality is a lie? What if the only thing you truly need to awaken to is the realization that you've been it all along? That there is no journey, no path, no higher state to reach. It's right here. It's right now. It's you. Stop searching. Start being. Let go of the illusion of separation. Let go of the belief that you are lacking. Let go of the idea that enlightenment is something to be attained. In the end, the truth was always simple. You are the universe, and the universe is you. You are the divine, experiencing itself in human form. You are already whole. The real journey begins when you stop searching. What if you've been it all along?